Good morning from Charlotte, North Carolina. This is going to be in 4K. We'll see how sweet YouTube is. Because maybe I'm making them a little bit of money. Who knows? I'm drinking some energy drink. My eyes are very, very dry. And I'm still alive. And that's a good thing. Today is the 10th of January. And it is a mild day today. They said it was going to get down to 26. I don't know if that's this morning or tomorrow morning. I don't know. I want to talk about ICE. What happened in, is it Minnesota or Minneapolis? It's in Philadelphia. I don't know. My geography. I remember when I was in school, they used to tell me, what is going on with your geography? You know, and this other guy in the class knew everything about geography. He did. But you know, what I'm trying to say is that this ICE is really weird what happened. I've watched it over and over and over again. This woman is talking to him. Yeah, she's driving off, figuring she's going to go home. And an ICE agent is standing in front of the vehicle. So I'm understanding that they know who she is. ICE, you do know who she is. And that's the reason why you stopped her. And what were you going to do? Arrest her? And what were you going to arrest her for? Is she a danger? Is she a very much a danger? And my whole point to you is, ICE, is that I don't understand why you had to shoot her. Is that the way you do things? You know, is it? You know, you go to and what is it about immigrants? I want to talk to you about people that are not Americans, immigrants. They're not horrible, terrible people. They're just trying to get into a country that they want to become a citizen maybe one day. Who knows? But there are legal ways to do it, right, conservative Republican people? Yes, there is. I realize that. And I know that there has to be a border patrol and to stop illegal immigrants coming into the United States. I understand that. I do. You know. But, you know, when is it that they call the ICE agents police officers? I don't call them police officers. I call them bullies. They're bullies. I saw them grabbing a woman, grabbing her away from her children to basically arrest her, to send her back. But, you know, my whole point is, again, that woman, I don't understand why you had to grab her. She's just a female. You know, ICE is becoming this weird sort of federal police force, you know, and I don't understand what it's all about. I really don't. You know, police officers are taught to be peacekeepers. That's what they do. They keep the peace. But ICE agents tend to be opposite of the peace. They want to say, hey, we're Billy Badasses. You don't mess with us. And they kill a defenseless woman leaving, and a guy standing in front of the car. And I don't understand it. I still haven't figured that one out yet. But the guy committed murder. There's no doubt about it. I have watched it many, many, many times. And I'm hoping that this incident does change the authorities that are basically above these guys can tell them, look, you need to change this, you need to change that. I remember during the 60s on TV, I was very much into the protesting that they were doing during the 60s. Now, we all know what happened at Kent State. And if you're watching this and you don't, it was awful. It was just terrible. I mean, my sister and I had tears coming out of our eyes. It should have never happened. But the fact remains is that police officers were taunted. They put flowers in their rifles. But let me explain something. When I was a substance abuse counselor, I'm a tiny guy, and I was at a private prison here in Charlotte with inmates. These are actively serving inmates. I remember I had one in my office, and I was just looked at him. I said, you're not all, you think you're all that. You think you're the toughest guy and that you're going to beat everybody's ass, right? And he's looking at me. He said, you better shut up or I'll kick your ass. I said, okay. And I just looked at him. He was looking at me. I said, it's when you start looking inside of yourself and understand that you don't need to be this way. That if you be able to start to learn that the drug, or I don't know if he's on drugs or he was a dealer, I don't know. I worked with dealers too. I was telling him you have two choices. Either you continue your life in crime, or you decide you want to do something different and get more out of life. My whole thing is that I didn't let him get in my head. The ICE agents let her get in their head. Now, I'm going to end this vlog to say that the guy did commit murder. I have no doubt about it. He committed murder. And this old man is still alive. And good Lord, I feel like crap today. But getting old, like I said, is a lot of fun. ICE, you have a major problem on your hands, boys. You really, really do. And it's just sad to see the way I don't know how they trained. Can you imagine being at a protest here in Charlotte and the police officers come up to you and they're like, I just don't like the way they do it. I mean, grabbing a defenseless woman away from her children, grabbing her. And I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I hope that I can put it on YouTube. And I am still alive. I feel bizarre today, I really do. And that's pretty much it. I don't even know the ICE agent's name or nothing. I need to look more into this. I hope and pray that YouTube lets me do this 4K.